Those first ever live broadcast of FIA Manufacturers Championship. So we've got the young child asleep in the other room there. So we've got to be a little bit quiet. So hopefully everyone can hear me at home there on the headset. We've got three minutes until the start, so let's see how we go. Just messaging a couple of people to get them to watch. Got a very loyal fan club that loves a bit of online racing, so just sending out an SOS to those guys, or an SMS. Yeah, so once again, welcome to Diego's FIA Manufacturers Round 1. Now this is a bit different this season, so we've got a couple of different nations sort of joining in. So whereas before it was just always the Aussie guys, we have this time round we've joined the real Oceania Cup. So we've got Japan. I think I've even seen some Malaysian flags in there. So it's definitely spiced it up and spread us apart. But it's quite interesting. The first race I didn't stream him, unfortunately, but it was pretty much dominated by the red and white Japanese guys. They just obliterated the Aussie guys, unfortunately. But we'll see what the split rolls up in a minute 32, and we'll see what we get. So we got 168 points in the first race, which wasn't too bad. Like, that's, you take that. Like as you can see. Whoa, that's nice and loud. Turn myself down a little bit there. Beautiful. That's obviously the symphony of the V12 Aston Martin. You gotta love. Beautiful engine, this thing. Absolutely hungry on the fuel though, so that is one of the problems. We're just going to turn the engine volume down. We've got that cranked right up, so we're going to go through. The rear brake bias didn't really work for me in the first race. I went with a medium to start the race with because I've qualified 11th, and moved on to the hards in the middle stint, which it sort of worked. I saved fuel the whole race, so fuel was pretty good. Fuel was pretty good, and tyres were absolutely destroyed every stint. Then we moved on to the last round of pit stops, which was onto the softs. A couple of people ran out of fuel, so that gained me some positions there. But I don't know, I started 11th, finished 10th. Wasn't a great outing, but it was a very clean, respectful lobby, so I was pretty impressed about that. The Japanese guys are definitely very quick, clean races. So, there we go. That's our minute and 3 up. So we'll put a couple of corners in to sort of get into it. We can jump straight into who do we have. So it's a bit of a different league than last time. I was rated 3rd, so we've got still another decent sort of grid. There's a couple of guys that have raced before. Kiwi 787, how are you, mate? I think I've R4M Smokescreen, GT Mag. I've definitely come up him against a couple of times. Nitro 07, I think we've had a bit of fun before. And the Iron Masks, I've definitely battled the Iron Mask there over quite a number of years, I do believe, as well. So it's definitely an interesting interesting grid. So we're just going to check what the points table is. So I came 11th, it got 168 points in the first race, so it's pretty even field again. So, but we're obviously going to look for a lot better qualifying and a lot better position. So we'll just make sure we're in the softs. We're going to go out and crank a couple of laps. What we got? We'll get that later. Writing a message. What are we going to do there? Sorry guys, we'll just breeze past him. Oh yeah, so we're just installation lap before qualifying on the soft tyres. So at the infamous Brazilian circuit. How can you not like this guy? So you probably notice a few of the corners if you are a follower of the Formula 1s. Ripple strip's not that great. The V8 obviously has, sorry, the V12 obviously has bucket loads of horsepower down low, so you have to be real super careful. I'm going to change it up. We're not really liking the rear brake bias. Let's see how we go. 5 minutes qualifying, leading into a 20 lap race. All three tyres are mandatory, so soft, mediums and hards, which is pretty cool. They've changed the pardon me, sorry, they've changed the pit lane time. Before, some of the tracks was a bit uneven, so you could sort of chuck in a do like a one lap on the hards and then go straight out and get rid of those guys and do sort of softs and then mediums. But so now with the pit time, everyone's sort of just running the two stops, so straight into it. So we've got our mate R4M. He's in front of us here. Looks like he is in the Supra. We'll just let him peel off a little bit, give him a bit of room. There he goes, and he is in the Supra. That's a nice looking bus he's got there. So we'll just back him off a little bit. He gives us a couple of laps. Give him a bit of room. Everyone likes a bit of room. They don't like to be pressured. So we're just nice and easy on the tyres and the installation lap here. What we got? He's behind us, so he's holding off. Really, you sort of look down the main straight for a tow, but that also puts you in a bit of predicament of having the car in front of you. If he's a bit slower than you, it can ruin your lap. So I do sort of like to not hit that slipstream unless it's one of the top tier drivers. I'd give myself a bit of room. Probably I don't like Iron Mask being that close to me behind either, so I haven't hit R4M smoke screen's slipstream, so that's pretty good. We'll just roll into 6th. Brake bias in the front. Deep under brakes in the first corner, leave it in 3rd, get it turned in, nice on the ripple strip, turn it in, there we go, whoa, hold it there. Pardon me, sorry. You just wear out those gears. We sort of lost a little bit of time there in the first corner. We come into the 100 metre mark hard, down into 3rd on the brakes, hit the ripple strip, wait for it, don't hit off that end of the ripple strip, you can fall off that quite quickly. I like cutting that little kink there. This one's one of the trickiest corners ever, I do believe. Nice and tight. Hold it, wait for it, hit the ripple strip, and then probably a little bit too late. And the best thing about a game is no fear of crashing the car. You can push the limits, get yourself a little bit of ripple strip that you normally wouldn't. Iron masks. It's probably caught up to us a little bit there, so a little bit slow through the hairpin. I don't think that's going to be a great lap. So we've got 1:30, and not enough time jumping the pits for a fresh set of tyres. So we've got a couple of laps, this lap and the next. 11th. Okay, I'm going to concentrate on this. Tyre life is not the best. Using all of the road. Let's see if we can get some of those splits up. So the splits I've got there is from the best time I've done in practice. We'll get rid of those and we'll bank up our last lap. Hard on the brakes. We've got a traffic jam in front. Nice and early. It was a good exit. Corner exit there. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Oh. I got a good run through that one. Wait for the split to come up. Don't pay too much attention to the split, because then you're not paying attention to the road. We didn't hit any curve there. I think that was a bit quicker through there, a bit late. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hit there. There you go. On the ripple. Gives a bit of the front end of the Aston a bit of turning, I find, hitting that ripple strip on the last corner there. Second last if you classify this. Not up on my time though, unfortunately, so 13th. Yeah. Terrible. Half room smokescreen. Well done, my friend. We got the battle of the Aussies right down here. So what do we get? 900s of oh dear gosh, that's back to 15th now. Probably should have killed that lap and tried again, but anyway, it is what it is. So starting back here, we're still 15th, so at least it's not dead last. That's a great start, I guess, or a positive look on it. Well done once again to after him smokescreen. That was a decent lap, mate, not far off the pole time either. And GT Mags put a pretty steady lap in there as well. He's only 100 off. Then we got a lot of red and white flags once again. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of 20 competitors, we got 7 Aussies in the room. So obviously 13 Japanese guys. Once again, it's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, having different guys to race. It's a bit hard. You get used to racing the same guys, so you sort of know how they're going to react, but these guys have absolutely no clue. So we got 15 seconds to go. So a little bit about my rig. I'm just running the CSL Elite with the next level entry stand, so sort of the stronger of the two, but not the new one that's out at the moment. Just your standard PS4, nothing pro about him. Nice little 40-inch monitor. Unfortunately, not sort of the quality, so we can upgrade that and hopefully keep the picture on my side of things a little bit better. What do we got? So who was it? Smokescreen and mag. see how we go. So unfortunately I was too busy talking on the stream and talking to the guys that I actually forgot to change my tyres to hard, which I was going to run the hard tyres, so we would have the softs on, which is not really ideal coming from the back of the pack, but it will give us optimum speed. But obviously those tyres are going to wear out pretty quick compared to the rest of us. I'm sure have chosen a harder compound, so that's what we got to play with. So we might even go with a soft hard medium maybe, and hit the fuel once again on the hards and leave the mediums with a lighter tank, and hopefully they can bring us home. We'll see how we go. We're going to once again get in nice and close, save as much fuel as we can. There's 29.5 for Haru. That's a pretty quick time. Super looked seems like a bit of a rocket around here, so he's done quite well there. There's the NSX, the F-Type Jag, so a bit of an underdog there, and the Lambo. The RZR, CZ, sorry, not the RZR. Another NSX. Supposedly the Corvette C7 was going to be the OP, so the one of the big dogs this season. They had a bit of a change in the bot, but so it hasn't been as quick as everyone expected, especially here at Brazil anyway. Nitro is a pretty strong believer of the Mercedes there, and there we are. We're just running the old Bacchus livery back from the Sector 1 days, so that was a little bit after we were running the Cool Guide livery at Sector 1 in the Group A GT. So just come off a pretty tough season in the Ferrari. So we did score a top 10, but not really exactly where I wanted to be. And there we are. We are go. What do we got? So little bars next to our name. They're our internet connection, being that we're sharing a server with the Japanese guys. Means their server's actually based in Japan. So you'll see most of the Aussie guys not have the greatest internet. Now the sort of 3 bars is pretty good, but 1, 2, 3, here we go. Oh, what's going on? What is going on? Oh, you're joking. Dear, so this is a pretty good introduction. We have smashed the start there, so I'm running the headphones through the oh dear, running the headphones through my wireless controller, and because my new headphone cable is nice and short, lifts up the wireless controller and then plonks it down on the stop button. Rightio, we got a 9-second gap to 19, so that's really ruined this race. It's a pretty great start to my debut streaming of the FIA Manufacturers Championship. Give it to boot, a bit wide there. So we'll just look after the car, look after the tyres, and we'll let the race come to us. That's a bit annoying. So it looks like we will be going into the 3rd split of the night. Now the new split servers with the other countries has meant that the times have changed. So the first split tonight was 9 o'clock on the dot. We hit 168 points. Definitely should have taken them and run home, but we are catching MGH pretty quick here, so as I said, we'll just let the race come to us. No point getting your knickers in a knot. Just hit the apexes, look after the tyres. We are going to have to use a bit of fuel though, unfortunately. Lost a bit of time through the first corner. We'll make it up through here. Check our brake bias. I think, yep, definitely rear. So we're not catching on the leaders. Maybe a little bit, but it's all of the road there. Yeah, so there we go. Ooh, we got a bit of a glitch going on, I think. So, as I said before, we were looking alright in 15th, I suppose. And unfortunately, because I was streaming, and I don't normally stream these races, I accidentally moved my wireless controller that my headphones are plugged into, because the cable's not long enough to hit the TV. And that lifted my wireless controller up and landed it on the brake button. So we already got someone coming into the pits. They've got rid of their hard tyres on lap 2. So being that the pit stops are quite long, I don't really see what his plan is there. He's obviously got one, but I can't believe that. We've hit Kiwi and MGH at a rate of knots, but no doubt they're on hard tyres, so that's just not really what we were looking for. But these guys are squabbling along, so they'll bring us up to them. I think Kiwi 787 is another fellow streamer on the YouTube platform, so I'll give him a nice bit of clean up, a clean bit of room. Oh. As I say that, I hit the tail slightly. Where not? Should we stick it up here? Nope, we'll just wait once again. So there's no point in burning the tyres, burning the fuel. We'll just sit here, get a good run out of the corner. Turn out. What do you reckon? Should we do it? Should we do it? That was a good line through there. Oh. Thank you, but he's running it very wide. We'll slip it up the inside. Thanks for coming. We won't cut back in front too much. We'll just make sure we make this corner, which we just make that corner nice and close to the wall. We should drive away from MGH. We've got a 5-second iron mask. Back to where we started almost. 4 laps down. Nice and wide out of here. Use the road nice and tight through that hairpin. So the Interlagos circuit, what a fabulous place to race. This place with the undulations and cambers of the corner would be fantastic to drive on, but you never know your luck in a big city, eh? So once again, hit that ripple strip there. It gives the Aston a nice little bit of turn in. Use all the room on the outside. That ripple strip, you've got to be pay a little bit of care to that ripple strip. Can bite you quite quickly. Don't cross this white line there more than don't get all 4 tyres on the other side. I'll give you a penalty. Come up to the 100, brake after the 100, down to 3rd, hit the apex here. short shift through the change of direction, sort of settled the car a little bit, which was good. We're definitely driven away from MG and catching Iron Maskell. We're just once again letting the race come to us. There's no point in getting frustrated. What is done is done. So we're up to 17th. Obviously there was a guy who did pit, so I don't know where he's up to. Yeah, these guys are not too wide out of there. So we do have two people tuning in tonight. Good day, the viewers out there, and no doubt the Diego fan club as usual. Might even be wifey. Wifey might be bored out in the lounge room out there because I'm spending all my time playing video games. So she might be tuning in. If she is, happy 8th anniversary yesterday. I love you a long time. Nice and taily out of the last corner there. So we haven't really looked after the fuel at all. Last race I was short shifting, saving. I got one more lap on these tyres, I think. Oh, he's got a penalty. Hatsu, here we go. At the 100, just after. Break down the third, hit the apex. Taily on the change of direction as we change gears, so that didn't really work. Running nice and wide. Can run over that ripple strip, but don't get all four wheels on the green AstroTurf. So didn't really gain much on Hatsu. Yeah. Penalty, I must have only had a 0.5 penalty, I say, so that'd be from cutting the first corner. Once again, just after the terrible problems at the start of the race with hardware issue, just letting it come to us. And once again, this is the FIA Manufacturers Championship, brought to you by Gran Turismo Sport. I'm Diego, aka Dane, or aka Diego, whichever way you want to look at it. First time, this guy's nice and taily, first time streaming one of these races. I have streamed one of my Seto endurance races. Probably could have stretched those tyres another one, so we're going to go the hards. So we got, yeah, I haven't saved any fuel at all, bugger. Right, so we're going to go a little bit of fuel, hard tyres. So we'll hopefully get probably maybe 6 laps out of the 5 to 6 laps out of the soft. So this will be our 7th. We need to run sort of an 8-lap stint, maybe 8, and that should be enough fuel. There we go. So maybe a 7 or 8 lap stint on these hards, and that's killed us once again. We still have a couple of people behind us, so it's not all over. Ah, dear. That error with my controller, the start of the race was not ideal. Coming out on hards, nice and easy into this corner. Very, very easy to run it wide, run off the circuit and be dead last. So with the hards, don't have as much grip obviously. Turning is a bit different, but they do last a bit longer. So you're obviously not going to be pumping out the quick lap time. So I done a 1:31.4. That's high fuel. Oh, that was terrible. That's high fuel soft tyres. That's not too bad. I think that was quicker than my the last race. We're going to concentrate. We're going to change this up to front. Does look like a couple of people are playing that short game, getting rid of those hard tyres, and maybe even stopping 3 times. So a bit of a calamity here is not choosing the right tyre before the race, so I started on the softs instead of the hards. A controller issue. MGH has got a penalty. I'd say by the speed he's catching me, he's probably running the soft tyres here. But he's got that penalty to burn, so we won't worry too much about him at the moment. We'll just worry about hitting those lines, hitting the braking markers, and we should be able to drive away from him. Like to play little games. I don't want these guys in my toe. It's the last thing I want, so hard tyres are definitely not the best. Haven't saved fuel at all once again, so goodbye MGH. Brake at the 100. We'll just see what. Make sure the brakes are on the front. It's pretty tough to pay attention on what the cars around you are doing while you're trying to hit your braking markers. The Kiwi in the Aston, I reckon he's on mediums. Yes. As you can see, he's got me here, unfortunately. That was a terrible run. Is he going to take me? I don't think he is. We'll hit our braking markers. Don't run off the edge of the circuit. Definitely quicker than me, but I'm not one for really letting people past. So if you want to get past, you got to make a move, or wait for me to make a mistake, which is one of my like that, still on the apex. He played the smart move. He just waited. He's going to hit me on the straight here, I'd say, but got the Aston hooked up out of that corner on the hards. I was pretty impressed by that. But unfortunately, he is too close, so he will swindle around the outside, no doubt. I'm going to keep the inside line. You're not getting that one, my friend. You have to go the long way. But I will give you racing room if you provide me with a clean pass. So we've got 11 laps to go, so we're just going to hit this fuel burn behind a Kiwi 787. So now we're in the slipstream. Just hit your braking markers a little bit earlier. There you go. So you hit the outside of that curb and hit the AstroTurf, and you saw the car just slowly get dragged off the circuit. So we're just going to conserve our tyres for a little bit more. 19th is definitely not where we wanted to be after the catastrophe at the start of the race, but this is still a decent battle. Hopefully with all those guys in front, they're slowing each other down, we can put some consistent laps. Definitely mediums, I'd say, for Kiwi. Hit that apex nice out of there. See, look at him just go though. See if we can get a good run. That was a little bit sideways. Yeah, it's probably 150 degrees lock. Definitely having a crack there. But as you see, it destroyed my run onto the straight and let the Kiwi disappear down the road. So the hards are starting to bite on the front, so we're going to bang that. Brake bias back to the rear of the vehicle. There's actually something I started doing in Sector 1, which has taught me a great deal about fuel saving, tyre saving. So I'd always run a front brake bias of about 2. Obviously kills the front tyres when you're on front brake bias. So on a front engine rear wheel drive car, you do like to sort of get the even tyre wear between all 4. Yes. Rotary FC3C has come in. He's got 30. We got 2.8. 2.8, nice and wide there. No chance of hitting the apex, as the Sean, I love the Ghost Miller would say. It's starting to warm up in here a little bit, so maybe the old Tracky Dax and the Explorer socks, obviously being down here in sunny Tasmania. It's not that warm anymore. We might have topped out at about maybe 37 for a couple of days, mate, but Tassie's summer this season was pretty non-eventful, really, I guess is the word. 1.1 off the last lap time, definitely losing a lot of speed here on these hards. Hold on to her, Betty. We've got 13 laps to go. Well, that was terrible. Up to 5th. What a strategy. Pity. I'm going to have to pit. At least we managed to hold on to the apex there. We've got Ace coming out on a set of fresh boots. He's going to be nice and quick. 14th lap. I don't think I can make the soft stretch 6 laps, so we'll come in on the 15th lap. Got a bit of the life back out of these tyres. Yeah, obviously running 6 on the positions at the moment, but a 20-second pit stop is definitely going to kill that, just looking at the track map. Say this round has been all for nothing. I should have kept my 168 points and gone home. Rightio, so we're going to have to go the mediums. We're going to have to add a bucket load of fuel. 6 laps. No fuel saving whatsoever. Oh dear. So, last split actually managed to be at this point with only needing 2 gallons of fuel. Definitely not ideal this race, but I'd say we'll have to go again. I said in the group lobby chat today about the FIA races that I asked who was going to be joining the 2 AM split with me, and no, I didn't sort of get any takers. The last race tonight is 2 AM, definitely won't be participating in that guy, but I did comment under that and say that knowing my luck, I would get my shit together probably by about the 12 o'clock split. So what are we now? 11 o'clock. Looking pretty promising there, Dane. Although we do like when we see yellow flags, that means someone has come off the road. And potentially, I'd say Kiwi's probably on soft, so probably not going to catch him. But this guy's tyres will be full of junk. Hopefully these two can put on a bit of a battle and slow each other up. Azusa. Nakano, let's go with Nakano. That sounds... Kiwi's giving a bit of racing respect, which he did before with me, so it's good to see. Let's say, coming up to these later stages, later laps, we've got someone behind us too. Who we got? MGH, that's... yeah, right. It's all come down. It's a pretty tight little gaggle of cars. At least it's a little bit interesting. Terrible exit. So Nakano's playing the same game I did up the inside. I reckon Kiwi might get him here. We're going to hit the 2 nice and deep. Whoa, sunshine, pull her up. Definitely got the apex that time, Sean. Nakano, let's go. We're going to get him. We're going to get him. What are we going to do? So we're coming up. We're coming up. Nope, we're not. But he runs it wide, gives us Give us a position, thank you, Mr. Meccano. We'll give him a bit of room on the outside there. Possibly from dead last 9 seconds down on the first lap after a malfunction with my hardware. Looking for a 17th, so I suppose 17th is definitely better than last. And we'll just sit here on my friend the Kiwi. Let's see how he plays out. See where his strengths are, weaknesses are. I've totally messed up. This guy's out of fuel. Is he? What's he doing? He's got a penalty. Should we stick it? Should we stick it? We're there. We're not there. We'll just... Nice. He's run it wide. Yeah, his tyres are definitely a lot worse than mine, but we definitely messed up the strategy on this one, but it has given us pretty good tyre life on the back end of the race, so still with 2.5 laps to go. Once again in the slipstream, so just break that a little bit earlier. As you see, as I said, he's run it wide, and that just sucks you out there, so we'll give him a little tap. We're still here, mate. We'll get you on this corner though. Nice decisive move up the inside. Just a little bit of short shifting there just to get the car turned in. Nice and early on the brakes for this guy. You don't want to unsettle the car coming into there. It's not nice as you've seen. Explaining earlier the effects of hitting that curb on the last corner there. It does send your car rather sideways, so we've broken off from Kiwi, so it's a nice little pass up the inside. Hit the 100 metre mark, down to third. So when I say 100 metre mark, if you look on the side of the track as I'm about to slam on the brakes, there's little white markers with some numbers on there. It's sort of our reference to where to slam on those brakes. So here we are, 100 again. We're a little bit late on that one. Don't run wide. Hit the apex. So really I should be using the time gap in the top left to check on the car behind, but I'm sort of a stickler. I've got the look back button right next to my thumb, which I probably shouldn't have. It probably distracts me a little bit, but it does give me that very quick access to what the car is doing behind. A little bit squirrely on the corner exit. A little bit wide there. Don't run it off the curb. You go off that curb there, you are done for. Nice and respectful out onto the main straight at the start finish line with the last lap board. So we're broken away at 1 second gap from Kiwi. Hopefully, you never know, we might get some guys who miscounted their fuel. A little bit like myself. So we got that gap. There we go fuel, we got up to 3. Just focus on our apexes. Braking markers, that's a tricky one. There's no marker there, so it's all muscle memory, I guess is the thing they call that. I think fuel saving on the last lap was not ideal. Hold on to her there. It does look like someone had to pit as well, so what do we got? We got 2.2 gallons, litres. I think I've got this in litres, so save fuel pretty well there. I'm going to run out just as we hit the finish line, so terrible race that one. I'm going to have to do the next split. Not really happy about doing the next split. So, thanks everyone for joining in. That was the second race of the first round of the Manufacturers Championship at the FIA GT Sport PlayStation 4 or 5 if you're lucky enough to have one of those guys. As you can see, 106 points. Not ideal. I got 168 in the first split. So anyway, it is what it is. That was the my first broadcast, so hope you guys at home had a bit of fun. Definitely going to be hitting the next split in about half an hour's time, so join back in. We'll see you then.